Greetings to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing my secrets basically from how I went from a beginner, very basic, very new cyclist, didn't even know how to change gears, struggled to ride 20k, to how I went from that to being the cyclist I am today, which is someone who rides across countries. I'm not really scared to take any kind of challenge distance event on, and I would say I'm a really confident cyclist. So I'm going to share all the things that helped me on my cycling progression, so hopefully they can help you on yours as well. First one is getting a Garmin. So when I first started cycling, I obviously just used to just try and follow routes or anything on my phone. But then I obviously wanted to go further afield, and I would only do this in groups, so that when I was riding on my own, I just was too scared because I didn't want to get lost, or I was worried that I would run out, I don't know, or have a mechanical, or that I would run out of food. And I don't know, I think I was just a little bit scared of my own abilities of route planning. However, when I got a Garmin, it just changed all that because I could plot routes, I just felt really in control of where I was going, what I was doing, and that I would be able to do the ride. Previous to that though, I'd literally moved to a new place, I had no idea where to go, and I used to go up and down this same street. I've told this story a million times, but in case you've not seen those videos, I used to go up and down this climb. It was probably 4 or 5k, just reps of it, because I was just too afraid to go further. But yeah, when I saved up and got the Garmin, it was a Garmin Edge 1000. That opened up so much more fun, and it built my confidence that I was going out and doing things on my own. So I definitely think having a really good head unit is essential, but also knowing how to use it. So look at the manual, look at videos. I've got so many videos on Garmin's on my channel, because knowing how to use it, it just gives you that extra confidence. So definitely get to know your head unit, how it works, because that just made so much difference for me. Right, so the second one is Strava. Get on Strava, because I was riding for about a year, didn't have it, and then someone's like, oh, what's your Strava? And I was like, oh, I don't have one. And I was like, what even is Strava? And then they told me, and I was just like, this is unreal. I think the main thing for me that I love about it is the community of it on there. There's just so much, it's the most positive social media you're ever going to get. It's just so nice, people giving kudos, comments, sharing routes and segments. And for me, it was a way that I found my local climbs, and a way to kind of look, if someone mentioned a climb, I'd be like, oh, let me go and have a look at it on Strava. I want to see how long it is, how steep it is, and then I'd go and do a route around it. And it's just, I love it. And I'll be honest, do I even admit to this? Yes, I will. On some rides that are really tough and I want to quit, I just think, oh, but think about a look on Strava. Think of the support and the nice comments you're gonna get. I've done that on quite a lot of long rides. I'm I just want to jack this in. I cannot be arsed with it. But I think of all you supporting me. I'm no, because I don't know how good the community is on there. So yeah, that's definitely one to get on if you aren't already. You can get a free version of it. I was on the free, but then I also, when I started realizing how good it was, I just paid for the subscription, not because I used any of those features, I just wanted to support an amazing platform that I just thought was just really benefiting my cycling, and it still does, and I love it. So yeah, don't moan about the price, because I think it's worth it. Right, the next thing that is a secret weapon that helped build so much in my cycling is commuting. That's not even a sentence. Is commuting. So I started commuting 13 miles each way, but I only started doing it maybe once or twice a week. And I remember the first time I did it, I was exhausted. But the good thing with commuting is, one, it just makes you get up and go and ride. The miles are just very good, base miles. They just get you very conditioned. They get you used to getting on the bike every day. I mean, if you're riding, commuting every day. And then the third thing is, it really gives you resilience and toughness. So the amount of times that I was at work and it just chucked it down, I was like, well, I'm gonna have to ride home in the rain. And then you get a puncture in the rain and you're just oh, why am I doing this? But it gives you that resilience. And I think you don't really get that on club rides as much, because you've got other people around you. When you're on your own, you're just well, I've got to do it. And for me, that really helped with a lot of the weight that I lost. I put a lot of that down to commuting and just riding for my transport. It cannot be, I don't think it's rated high enough. So if you can commute to work, commute. I loved it. It really, really helped me come on as a cyclist. And the next one after commuting, after getting all those base miles in, losing a little bit of weight, is club rides. Like, I joined a club, it was a local one to there, and honestly that gave me so much confidence because it made me explore further. It made me go on different routes, different climbs. And then cycling clubs have got an amazing, I don't know, like a mind, what's the word, like just a vat of knowledge of all those different riders. So if you've got any questions, if you want to know like a good chamois cream, a good route, a good event that's coming up, everyone just chats bikes, and it's just so good. It's such a great way of just progressing your cycling. And I know it can be a little bit intimidating, but the majority of clubs that I've been to have been so welcoming, so nice, so helpful, and really encouraging. So I would definitely recommend joining a club. And it gives you like the road etiquette as well, so you learn a lot of that. I might do a video on that actually this weekend. Would you want that? Anyway, I might just do it anyway. So yeah, definitely join a club. That really, really did help, and it gave me confidence to maybe go on climbs and things that I might have been a little bit scared to go at on my own. I remember one I had flat, because I turned up on this club ride, I had like trainers. I was like proper new to cycling, they were all like clipped in, but they were just so nice. I was the last up the climb and they were all like cheering me at the top, and I was just like, oh, this is so nice, I love this. So yeah, join a club. Right, the next one, I know it's going to be a bit controversial, but I would say, even if you are new, get a power meter. I know everyone's like, oh, you don't need a power meter, you're not racing, like why do you need a power meter? For me, that was essential for me being able to pace climbs. Like, you know, I love a climb, but I also like that I can pace a climb. I want to know like how long it is. I know my wattage for that. But also on top of that, so the commuting got me like base fitness, it built my resilience. The club rides, having the Garmin, give me that like exploration side of it, and I was trying new things. Whereas the power meter just took it to that next level of building my fitness. So I definitely think they are worth investing in because it just helps you pace, it increases your fitness if you are then going to do like a training plan. And you don't have to go and do like, you know, 20-hour weeks. You don't have to be some kind of pro. Even if you just do 2 hours a week, that's better than doing nothing. And I promise you, doing that training plan will help you enjoy your club rides, your adventure rides, your fun rides. I say fun rides, I actually quite like training. Actually, I love it. It just gives that more enjoyment because you're not struggling as much on it. So who doesn't want to get fitter? And having a power meter does that. Also, I might do a video, or maybe in a video series, of how to use power, how to train to power. I mean, would you want that? I mean, I'm quite happy to do it if you do, but I think that does take a little bit of learning, and like there's a little curve to that. But once you get on it and once you get used to it and you know your power and you know your zones, honestly, it's just the greatest. And then I know from doing like trips abroad, when I've done these ride across series, I know that when I've put the training before, I just enjoy it so much more because you're just fitter and you just enjoy the sightseeing a lot more. So yeah, even if you've only got a couple of weeks, just do it. Get a power meter and just do a little bit of training. Just do it for me. Also to remember, consistency is better than perfection. I've got that, it's like a printout, like a little postcard that I've got on my Zwift screen. So for times that I don't necessarily want to do my training session, because there are times where it's early and it's dark and I'm just like, I just don't want to, I want to stay in bed. I just think, well, consistency is better than perfection. Just remember that. So you just be a little bit consistent and you'll reap the rewards. And then leading on from that, this is like the perfect segue into that, is Zwift. Zwift is, I love it. I absolutely, you know that I love it. I've ridden Zwift for so many years. But the thing for it for me, one, the community is just amazing on there. But the other thing is it allows me to continue my consistency in training when the weather is terrible. I went out one year because I wanted to ride. It was winter. It was before I had Zwift. And it had been a bit icy and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I went on a little lane, stupid. Oh, I know, it's ridiculous. I came off, thought I'd fractured my wrist. And I was like, oh, I'm never going to do that again. And then I ended up getting Zwift and I was like, this is just the best. And I think if you are wanting to have that consistency and the community in winter when you're not going on as many club rides, you can still do that and go on climbs, like do the Alp. I love the Alp. On Zwift. I just think it's a great way of community and building fitness like any time of the year. And also Zwift Racing League, that's coming up. That is really hard, but really, really fun. I will leave a link to that if you want to sign up. I think I'm going to do it again this year because it's just such a good workout when we're not doing club rides. So yes, I'll leave a link to that below. And then the next one, I guess we're going back outside, is Audax. So Audax is long distance cycling. It might be called Breve where you live. I don't know, there's like randonneuring. Basically, Audax for me just gave me, what do I call it? How do I call it? How do I like convey my love of Audax? So the commutes, the club rides, the training, Zwift, that all like built my overall general fitness, but Audax just took it to another level because that pushed me like beyond my limits. Because I was like, can I really ride a 200k? Can I ride a 300k? Can I ride a 400k? Can I ride a 600k? Can I ride a 300k that starts at like 10 o'clock at night and then ride through the night? And the answer to that is yes. All of those things allowed me to push past where I thought my limits were as a cyclist, but in a really lovely, community spirited way, because Audax, if you've never done one, it is anything goes. It is not like a cliquey, like, is it cliquey? Anyway, it's not, basically anything goes. You can ride any bike, any kind of clothes, any kind of setup that you want. Everything is welcome. And you get like, you get snacks before it and after it. So you get like a breakfast and you come back and there'll be like a soup someone's made, or a chili, or toast, or beans on toast. Actually, after a 200k, that was unbelievable. We actually finished all the beans off because we were just like, so yeah, Audax, sign up, go and do one if you are wanting to push your endurance. But even if you're not and you just want to go on a fun ride and find some really, because that's the other thing, Audax, 10 out of 10 routes. Any Audax area in the UK, specifically, because I can't speak for abroad, they just have the best routes and the best roads for that region from your local person who set up that Audax ride. It's just, honestly, I cannot rave about Audax enough. I love it. It's helped me immensely go from that beginner who couldn't barely ride 20k to someone that can ride however long. I think my longest was, it was an event, that's all points off, it's not an Audax, but my longest Audax was 620 or 615, but that had like 10,000 meters of elevation. So yeah, you can really push yourself. I think they've got an Audax now actually that's Landenge on a Groat, so like 12, is it 12 or 14? I think it's 1200k. So yeah, anything that you want. And they actually do them as short as 50k as well, so the whole breadth of the distances if you want to go and do that. So I cannot rave about it enough. I think I've talked about Audax long enough now. Then the final secret is self-belief. And this came with time for me. It grew as like the more riding and the more confident I got, then the more self-belief I had. But even at the start, I was like, I am going to do this. I'm going to be a good cyclist. I remember when even before I'd even got my first road bike, I was riding a mountain bike to the gym, and I was heavier then. And I remember someone shouting something out of a car to me, and I'd had a little vest and my arms were a little bit, you know, they were a little bit chubby. And someone just shouted something. I can't remember what it was. It was just really horrible. They was just like, it was just a very mean comment out of the window. And in my head, I thought, you know what? I'll show you. I'll show you. I don't care. You can say what you want, but I know that this bike is going to change my life. I'm just gonna get fit. I didn't know it was gonna change my life then. That's an exaggeration, but I knew that I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna get fit on this bike. I'm gonna be so fit on this bike. And I just knew it would happen. You've got to have that self-belief within yourself because no one else is gonna have it for you. And you've got to just keep pushing on and having goals and having fun and having adventures. And I think that's kind of tucked into all of that, is just make sure you're having adventures on the bike. That is, I'd say that's the biggest secret to all of this, is just make sure you are enjoying what you're doing and just eking and like pushing your limit a little bit if you want to. But for me, that was the thing. I just loved it. I loved exploring. I loved climbs, and like having that excitement and love for it just gives you the motivation to want to go and do it. So I hope that has helped. It's been, 12 years? I think I bought my first bike in 2014, so 11 years. And it's best 11 years ever because I've had my beautiful bike, this little baby. Right, I've been chatting a long time. Wow, that's a long video. Anyway, I will catch up with you all next video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your main secret that has helped you build you as a cyclist the most. Just your one favorite tip in the comments. All right, thank you so much for watching and I will see you all next video. Okay, goodbye.